In all this melee, I forgot to record. So now, okay, now at least, but this part I think was already covered, so no problem. So we will, so it is now to remember to see the next end game to remember are the pawn end games, and you have to know the key squares of the pawn. What key square mean? First of all, let us understand. Okay, because some basic pawn end games you have already studied in level 2, right? Key square is defined as that square. See, of the first of all, this is a king and pawn versus a king ending. So one side has got one pawn, the other side has got no pawns, and only kings are left. Right? Very simple type of end game. But even within this, there are some things that you have. Now the side which is trying to win, okay, the pawn, promote the pawn. So that you have to define what are the key squares. The key squares are those which, if your king reaches any of the key squares, then you are guaranteed that it's a win. Okay, so those are the key squares. They are there in front of the pawn. Normally what happens is, as long as the pawn is either the starting square or the next two squares, so if it is a white pawn, it is on number 2, 3 or 4 rows. If it is a black pawn, then number 7, 6 or 5 rows. Okay, as long as it is up to these 3 rows, then the key square is defined as the 3 squares in front of the pawn, directly in front. Can you see the pawn is on e3, then the squares e5, d5 and f5. Okay, 3 squares are the key squares because the pawn is on e3. If the pawn was on e2, then they would have been e4, d4 and f4. Okay, so these would have been the key squares. If your king manages to get into any of these squares, okay, then you are guaranteed a win. Okay, and why it is very clear. Why? Because you are able to get a reserve move and you get an opposition. We'll see this. Okay, in case the pawn has further advanced to the 5th rank, so in this case the pawn has gone to e5, then any of the squares directly in front of the pawn is also a key square. So if your king is on d6, e6 or f6, then also it is a key square, and then also you are guaranteed a win. Okay, why? Again I think I had made it clear, but again we'll see it just. Okay, so let's go here, tools, board editor. So where we will put the pawn first on, forget about e pawn because it is already explained there. I'll put it on f pawn. Okay, so now f pawn is on f2, white king. What are the key squares? Can you tell me?
The key squares are E5, F5, G5.
No. It is a white pawn on f2. So f4 and the 2 adjoining squares, e4 and g4. Those are the 2 adjoining squares. 2 squares in front of the pawn, right? So it is f2. So f4 becomes the key square, and either side of it, which is e4 and g4, they are the key squares. Okay. So let us put the king on any of the key squares. Let us put him on e4. And black king, you can place him wherever you want. Where you want to place him? You want to place him on, huh?
E6.
E6. Fine. Let us go with e6. Okay. White to move. And or we can oh yeah. We'll give the move to black further. If you want to move the black, you can even give the move to black. Okay. But right now I have not given. But let us give it.
Can you give the move to, what if the move is to white?
If the move is to white, then it is very trivial, very simple, right? Let us give the move to black. Let's give the move to black, and let.
But then black loses opposition.
Oh, so you no. Anyway, black loses the opposition. Okay, so let us try. So what? Or it is too trivial. All of you understand this. What happens is black will try to block the pawn, right? Black will try to block the pawn. White will come here. Black will go here. White will make advance. If black advances, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Because white
One
pawn
F4.
F3, right?
Why not F4?
Why? You should be careful with the pawn moves. Okay, you should be able to this one. Okay, now you will understand why. Okay, so now what can black play? If black goes to F7, then you have got the opposition. So black will have to yield. Either he will have to go here. If he goes here, then you get to advance, right? If he comes here, anyway, it doesn't help. Goes here, you simply go here, and now you have reached you are controlling the queening square, so there is the pawn will simply run down in next 3 moves, right? So this is the reason. So why, see, you have to be careful, I said, with the pawn moves, because what if you play with F4, black goes here, it is still a kind of, it is still a win, but if you make a pawn move, if you make a pawn push like this, then it's a draw, because you have made a hasty pawn push and this is a draw now. Okay, so that is why you should not advance the pawn too quickly.
If you play like you played with moving the pawn one step, if you move it 2 steps, the game would end faster.
No. You can make a mistake like this. The only way to win is this. Okay, the only way to win is king to G6. But if at all you can come into a hurry and you can make a mistake like this, and then it's a draw. Okay, so that is why you should not move the pawn in a hurry. Okay, all right. So very quickly now, I think Anup or someone wanted to see if it is a black's turn to move, right? So let us put the same thing position with black's turn to move. Clear board. White is here and black is here, and it is white to move, right? White to move, so that it is white has to lose the opposition. Okay, Anup, you want to play from black or anyone?
Yeah, sure. King F6.
King F6, getting the opposition, but I have got a reserve move.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I understand.
Yeah, so what happens is now you will have to move somewhere, right? You will have to move somewhere, and now I've got the entry point, right? So now if you come here also, then I'm getting the opposition, right? So the key part is, just when you thought you are holding the opposition, I have got an extra pawn move. This is the reason why this thing wins.
Yeah, so that's the reason why the pawn should be 2 squares.
Yeah, 2 squares behind, because if it is only 1 square behind, then you don't have this extra move, right? Then you don't get it. Okay, all right. So I think you have got this one. So now very quickly we will see why, if the pawn is on 5th rank, okay, then you don't need the pawn, you don't need it to be 2 squares ahead. So we will see this why. If the pawn is on, let us give the chance to black. Okay, so it is on 5th rank, means the pawn is here somewhere. Okay, and now the black king just needs to be in front of the pawn in any of these squares. So if it is a c4 pawn from black side, black king can be on c3, b3 or d3. Anywhere if the black king is there, then it's a win for him. So so you want to try that. So where you want to place the black king?
They can also be on
b3. Okay, let's put the king on b3. Where you want to place the white king?
and they can also, the black king can also be on b2, c2 or d2.
Oh, then it is anyway. Then you are already controlling the queening square, right? Then it is anyway win. Right. This is when you are not controlling the queening square. So where you want to place the white king?
Keep the white king on C1, D2, D7,
c1.
D1, huh? D1, D2 or D2?
c1.
D1. Okay, you want to place it on C1. Fine. Whom do you want to play? White wants to play or black wants to play?
White.
Black.
Let us go black to play.
Either way, it's a loss, but yeah.
Yeah, let us go black to play F5. It is okay. So, yeah, so let black play.
Pawn to C3.
Pawn to C3, I think, is a draw.
Yeah, it's a draw. You should play king c3.
King c3 is the right move, right? Because now see why it is a win is now white king cannot go one step back. He's already at the edge of the board, so he has to yield the opposition now, right? He has to yield the opposition, and you bring your
King to d2.
and then it is a straight way. Next 3 moves, the pawn is going to win, right? So this is the reason why when the pawn is on 5th rank, then you.
The class is going to end.
Yeah, I know. So okay, so let me stop recording.